Billions of people around the world will celebrate Christmas on Sunday. Pope Francis gave his annual Christmas address yesterday at the Vatican. New York's Cardinal Timothy Dolan will offer his Christmas message tomorrow night when he celebrates his 8th midnight mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral. And Cardinal Dolan is with us now. What a treat.
What a treat for me. I'm glad I'm not the only one working.
Yeah, this is season for you.
A blessed Christmas to everybody. Thanks for the invite.
It's been kind of a contentious year for a lot of people. How do you find hope after all of what the kind of year we've had?
It's always life's question, isn't it? It's always the biggie. How do we find hope? Some people are even saying that in some ways, hope is more important than faith. People might lose faith, but boy, if you lose hope, you don't get out of bed in the morning, all right? So hope is really important. Look what's happening now. The darkest day of the year was 2 days ago, right? For ancient men and women, they would every year say, is it just going to keep getting darker? Is it going to keep getting darker, or is the light going to come back? And of course it does around this time of the year. That's the sign, the natural sign that what? Life trumps death. No pun intended, all right, when I use that word. Goodness trumps evil. Good is victorious over bad. Life conquers death. That is hope. Nature gives us hope. Supernature, the supernatural, gives us more hope as God sent his only begotten Son. We Jews, our Jewish neighbors, Christians are celebrating the triumph of light over darkness, which for us is the ultimate reason for hope. If we only count on ourselves, if we only count on the world and creation that we live in, then eventually we're going to lose hope. But if we look to God, we're never going to lose our hope. And that, of course, is the meaning of Hanukkah and Christmas.
One of the things, even just in your speaking there, it sounds like a unification as well. And that's sort of this time of year. You spoke about the Al Smith dinner, that sort of the church can bring people together. But can the church do that?
You hope so. You see, we celebrate in 2 days the birth of the one we call the bridge builder, Jesus Christ. Literally the bridge between God and humanity, all right? That's God's purpose, constantly to bring us closer to him. And he does that, we Christians believe, through Jesus. Now, his church is supposed to do the same thing. What's the most ancient title for the Pope? Pontifex, all right, which means it's the Roman word for bridge builder. So the church is supposed to be a bridge. The church is not supposed to be an obstacle, bringing us closer together, bringing us closer to the Lord. You were kind enough to recall the Al Smith dinner, which wasn't the warmest, most conciliatory.
Probably a lot of Christmas dinner tables are going to feel like the Al Smith dinner.
Aren't they?
So how do you keep the peace? You did it remarkably well that night.
Well, I didn't know if I was a bridge or a wall between the two of them. But here's, I think why we seem to come closest to that at the Christmas season, the Hanukkah season, is because kind of naturally we're thinking about those eternal values. For like at least one season during the year, we're thinking about the noble side of human virtue. We're thinking about what makes us different, what makes us unique. We're thinking about these uplifting virtues like peace and reconciliation and harmony. We're filled with good meanings, with good memories, and we kind of got some hopes and dreams for the future with the new year. This is the time of the year where those noble, enlightening, uplifting sentiments that sometimes are buried deep down come to the surface. And I think that's what makes tables, Christmas trees, family parties so uplifting.
You mentioned the Pontifex. We know that Pope Francis has been talking a lot about immigrants and refugees. You had 2 refugee families at your Catholic Mass last year.
And we should have some at Midnight Mass this year, too.
And what is the message that you give folks?
Well, here, if you think about this one, what better time to emphasize hospitality? You've got, get this one, Chesterton, you know, the great British writer said,
G.K. Chesterton.
He said, here's the paradox. The birth of a homeless baby is celebrated in every home in the world. What do we got at Christmas? We have a homeless refugee family away from home in trouble, in crisis, okay? And that was the setting in which God sent his only begotten Son for his nativity, his birth. God's using a sledgehammer here to tell us to deliver a message.
It's not a settlement
Take
now.
these babies in. Take these families in. Take these refugees in. I am one with you, especially for those people who are in trouble. And today, what do we got? We got the immigrants and the refugees.
It is a season of light, of loving, and hopefully of community and goodwill.
Yes.
And football. You watching the game tomorrow?
And good eggnog. Thank you.
Is that the spiked or the regular? Cardinal Dolan, it is a pleasure to see you anytime, especially in the Christmas
all right.
season.
Hopefully you get to see your Packers tomorrow.
Don't wait till Easter, all right? I'll be back.
Please come back.
A blessed
anytime.
Christmas, everybody.
Thank you, Cardinal Dolan.